Imagine you want to build a Lego castle, but you have no instructions, you have limited amount of bricks, and you have a short period of time. Sounds chaotic, right? Well, that's where project management comes in. In this video, I will explain traditional project management as known as the waterfall project management in the simplest way possible, and I will bring some real-world projects, and in my case, grants management. My name is Nimka. I'm a PMP certified project manager with over 10 years of experience. And in this channel, my goal is to share all the tools and resources and insights of project management and productivity so that you have an awesome career and live a life that you want. So if you like the videos here, make sure to subscribe. First thing is first, what is project management? Project management is all about planning, organizing, and executing tasks to reach a specific goal within a certain limits. Project examples can include from building a Lego castle to building the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, which requires extreme project constraints like high altitude construction or advanced planning. The level of complexity of these two projects are vastly different. However, there are certain things that all projects have in common. Project has a start, an end, and it requires a certain amount of limitations like budget, scope, and time. So in this case, we're going to build a Lego castle, and our goal is to build the best Lego castle. And the scope, what features will it have? Will it have a bridge or a gate, a drawbridge, a moat? We'll have to decide that. And what's the time frame? We only have 1 hour. The budget, we have 100 Lego pieces, so that's our limit. And the resources are myself and my family. People are going to help me build the Lego castle. In traditional project management, every project follows these 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. In the initiation phase, it's all about defining the project at a higher level. Creating project charter means it's almost a contract with what is the goal, what are the deliverables, the end products are going to look like, and who is the project manager and who are the team members. And another important part of the initiation phase is to identify stakeholders and have their buy-in. Next phase is project planning. In the project planning phase, it's all about going in details with the project objectives. And we're hearing from all the different stakeholders, what are their requirements and what are the constraints and who's going to do what, and developing the project management plan. In the planning phase, we need to look at the triple constraint, which is scope, budget, and time. So scope is all about helping us to understand what is included in the project and what is not included in the project. Otherwise, it would be reaching to scope creep, which is a new task is added all of a sudden, or new requirements, new feature causes a delay in the project or potentially going over a budget. So time is when it's going to be happening, how long it's going to take to complete the project. Budget, which is how much we can spend. To clarify the project constraints, a group of people play an important role, which is called stakeholders. So stakeholders are the group of people who are affected by the project, including leadership team, project team, sponsors, administrative team, anybody who is affected and included in the project. In our case, with Lego building, we only have an hour. That's project constraint. We only have 100 bricks. We're not going to make anything extravagant. It is going to be a simple castle. Phase 3, execution. It's all about delivering the project and informing and engaging the stakeholders. Writing a report as a project manager, you make sure to engage with stakeholders, work with team members, and making sure everything is going smoothly. Phase 4, monitoring and controlling. In this phase, it's about managing the risk and making sure the quality is good and making sure that we're staying under the budget. So risk management is about identifying problems before they happen and having a backup plan. And quality control is checking to make sure the final project is strong, stable, and meets the expectation. And budgeting is make sure that the budget is being used within the planned activities and being used wisely. Phase 5, closing the project. well, you did a great job. Your team worked hard and completed everything successfully. But in closing phase, it's important to make sure to share the lessons learned, make sure everything is completed, met all the requirements that are set forward at the beginning of the project, and make sure all the documentation and reports are completed. Now, let's see how this works in real-life projects. In my case, I manage grants and I also write grants. So let's take a look at the grant writing process as an example, because it is basically a project, because I have a start date, an end date, a deadline that I need to submit the proposal. And in the beginning phase, I understand all the requirements of the grant. What are the eligibility criteria? What is the budget? And what are the allowable costs? So that I understand if our organization is even eligible for applying for the grant. Now in the planning phase, I make sure to create a comprehensive plan to make sure the proposal is written within a time frame and with a good quality. The first thing I do is communicate with stakeholders, gather all the requirements and all the needs of this grant, how this grant is going to help achieve the goal or improve certain services or certain part of the communities. And then move on to the execution, which is actually writing the grant proposal, writing the details, the budget, and the narratives. And monitoring and controlling is an important part. So in that phase, it is all about making sure to continuously work and communicate with stakeholders and make sure they're informed, they're involved, and they provide any deliverables that needs to be included in the proposal. And in the closing phase, that's where I finish everything up. Proposals with narratives, budget, and any data requirements, everything included in a package, and I send that way to the grant organization. And at the end, I make sure to do a lessons learned log. That way, I write down everything that went well and everything that can be done better next time. So what is the role of a project manager? So project manager is a person who makes sure that everything goes smoothly within a project. Basically, project manager is a glue that holds all the different pieces together. Number one, keeps everything organized, making sure that tasks happen in the right order. Number two, manages people and stakeholders. Make sure everyone is on the same page, informing them and gathering the necessary deliverables. Number three, track time, budget, and scope. So that way, project managers help to prevent running out of resources. Number four, solves problems and manage risks. Adjust when things go wrong. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and I will see you next time.
It's for cats, it's for cats.